class, it's Kim, your instructor, and welcome to your very first design assignment. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go over how to set up your design assignment and go over what's required in it at the same time. So let's first go over how to set it up. So what you're going to do is you're going to go into Photoshop and you're going to go to File, New, and you're going to create 11 by 17 300 dpi CMYK image. And the reason you created it as 300 and CMYK is because it's for print. So any graphics created for print, like posters or brochures, are 300 dpi and CMYK. Okay, and this is your open document, and this is where you're going to start adding your layers and information and adding your photographs. Okay. When you're designing things, you need to consider the design principles, okay? So what I did is I created this template, this basic design that you can do understanding. You don't need to know a ton of Photoshop to create a good design. And I'm going to go over how this design works with the design elements. So the design elements are line. You use line to divide space and draw the eye to a specific spot. So in this design, I simply put a line right here between the typography to draw your eye towards this right here. Okay? You want to use colors. They create a mood and they say something different. Use them and make sure they're harmonious with each other. Okay, throughout the design on the other one, it's mostly brown. You're going to use shapes to add interest. Use them to emphasize a portion of your design. Again, I use shapes right here. I used a shape behind the typography to draw more attention to it. Okay, space. Negative space is an important thing. What you want to do is, like around this typography right here, there's a lot of negative space. And what that does is it kind of makes the design simple and it makes it seem cleaner. Okay, you can also use texture in your design to create a three-dimensional appearance and build an immersive world. So what I'm using is this photograph I'm using has a lot of texture, and I'm using it as the background to add overall interest to this poster. Okay, use typography. Okay, the style of your typography is very important. Okay, for this typography, I used a really simple sans serif font. Okay, what I would do as a beginning designer is I would stick with sans serif or basic serif fonts, and the reason you want to do that is they're well designed. And you usually can't go wrong with them. They're easier to read also. Okay. You're going to use scale size to add interest and emphasis. What I did is I made the photograph huge and filled the screen, okay? It adds more interest to it, okay? Also remember, if you're creating a background image, you can combine several photos together and create your own background image. Okay, dominance and emphasis. I think this is the most important design element. Okay, anytime you design something, you need to have a visual hierarchy. And what that means is you need to have one thing that is emphasized or the center of focus. So you make that one thing the center of focus, and everything else secondary in your design is going to be stronger. Example, in this poster, I made the typography the most important piece in the design. So your eye is first drawn to this, and then secondary is drawn to the background image, okay? I made the type emphasized by using the white background and the line in it. You want your design to be balanced. Okay? You also want your designs that are in harmony. Everything should look like it's part of the same family and it works together as a group. Okay? I know what I showed you is very basic, but I want you guys to start off simply, okay? And I want you to remember when you design things, simple is beautiful. So look forward to seeing what you come up with, and don't worry, be creative and have fun with it. And I will see everyone in the discussion board.